All right, so let's talk about the syntax of structs and pointers. So because pointers are used very commonly in structs, there's a special operator that's given to access members of structs that are pointers. Okay, so what we wrote originally, this is a kind of a shortcut so that what we made shortcuts can be made clearer. Okay, we'll try and break it down a little bit. But first, notice, hopefully we understand by now that what we're doing here is we're assigning the address of CMSC21 to the favorite subject of Bob. Okay, so that would look something like if we had, okay, let's see, if we had the subject of, say, not that. Let's copy paste this, for example. If we had the, put a dummy value there, if we had the address of our subject, which we called CMSC21, right? What we did at this point here is we assign the address of CMSC21 to favorite subject. In other words, favorite subject now equals this value. All right. Okay? So we've assigned the address of CMSC21 to favorite subject. So now, whenever we try to print the value of favorite subject, we're going to get the address of CMSC21. Let's see if we can get that. So let's do our printf again of %p. That's the special escape sequence for the special formatting sequence for pointers. And then we'll try and put Bob's favorite subject. Okay, what we want to do is we want to get the value of Bob's favorite subject. But also we want to see the value of the address of CMSC21 to see if they are indeed identical. Okay, so let's compile that again. And then we'll run it. And we see indeed the last two values that were printed are identical. The first one is the value of favorite subject of Bob, and the next one is the address of CMSC21. So we see that the value of favorite subject, a pointer, is the address of CMSC21. Okay, now, how then do we get the value of favorite subject? The way we would do that is we would say printf. Let's say we want to get the code, right? So for example, we said %d, and then we said the way to get the value being referred to by favorite subject, because remember, favorite subject, this is a pointer, not the value. So we want to get the value, so we would use our dereferencing operator. Okay? So this now, this expression, this represents now the value of favorite subject. In other words, our CMSC21. So at this point, we can now say dot code so that we can produce the value of code of CMSC21. Okay, let's see. There, 1023. Okay, let's make this a bit easier to understand. We can just say again, subject CMSC21, let's say clone, and then we'll say get the favorite subject of Bob. Let's change this. Let's just say fav subject of Bob. Bob fav subject. All right. So we can say Bob fav subject, but if we did that, we would only be assigning the address and not the value itself. So to get the value, we would say something like this, right? Dereference the pointer to get the value. Okay, now delete around na. Okay, so now we can now say Bob favorite subject dot code. Oops, got an error. Undeclared identifier. Ah, wrong spelling ko. Okay, so do you get what's happening? We're assigning the favorite subject of Bob to another variable called Bob favorite subject. But we did not assign Bob favorite subject directly because this is a pointer to the favorite subject and not the favorite subject itself. So what we wanted to do is to get the value that the pointer is pointing to. So that's why we use the dereferencing operator. Because of that, now we can access the code of Bob favorite subject. Okay, so do you see what's happening? We made a new subject called Bob favorite subject. Let's see if I can select more than one of these. No, I just want this, please. There you go. We made another subject. Ooh. We made another subject and we called it Bob. Ooh, this gets really slow the more objects that you have. Okay, be patient lang kadali. Alright. I hope this works. Okay, there we are. We made another subject called Bob Fave subject. And now the value is the same as the value of favorite subject dereferenced, which is the value of subject. Okay? Alright. Okay, I hope that's clear. And if not, we'll have class time to clarify that. Okay. So since it's very common to have to dereference and then access the value of, there's this special operator, this arrow sign, and what this does is it does both of these steps in one step. Instead of having to dereference first and then to use the dot operator to access it, we can dereference and then dot immediately by just using the arrow operator. All right.